Continue the discussion po with dynamics natin na lesson. So, turn your lecture notes to 154, page 154. That we're magiging start na atin pong lesson for today. So, sabi dyan, we'll be talking about frictional forces. This is not the first time naman na narinig nyo yan sa physics natin. We have encountered frictional forces na nung nag-FBD tayo. So, si frictional force is a resistive force that opposes the relative motion or the tendency of motion between two surfaces in contact. It acts parallel to the surface and always works in a direction opposite to motion or impending motion. Di ba, nung nag-identify tayo ng different forces that are acting upon an object, di ba, we have the normal force, we have the gravitational force or weight, we do also have tension and frictional force. Sabi ko sa inyo, um, yung first condition for normal force and frictional force is the same. Ano po yun? That there should be contact between two objects. That's the first condition. Pag po may contact sa dalawang object, meron tayong normal force. Pero kapag may contact tayo within two objects and there is motion, meron naman po tayong normal force at frictional force. Natatandaan po? Just like what we can see here po sa ating pong example. Sabi dito, meron daw tayong two. So, let this be, yung yellow one is the table po. There is a contact between the book and the table. So, since yung ating motion po is going towards down, so meron tayong frictional force. Meron din, hindi lang dito pinakita, we also have here normal force. And this frictional force opposes the motion. Ibig sabihin, kung going down po yung motion natin, therefore, ang ating pong frictional force going up. Basta opposite na motion. Unless na lang po nasabihin that the surface is frictionless. That's the time po na kahit may motion, kahit may contact between the two objects, wala po tayong friction. So, nature and origin of frictions or surface roughness, where microscopic irregularities interlock, adhesive forces between molecules of contacting surfaces. So, bakit kailangan na pag-aralan natin si frictional force? Because it plays crucial role in everyday life and in engineering applications. Without friction, walking, driving, and operating machines would be impossible. So, kung noon, ina-identify natin ang friction as frictional force lang in general. Ngayon po, when we identify ang frictional force, we identify it ng mas specific po. So, we have three types of forces, frictional forces or dito. So, we have the static friction, number one. Number two is kinetic friction. And number three, we have inertial friction. When we talk about static friction from the word static, ibig sabihin the object is at rest. Miss, bakit po sinabi mo na magkakaroon ng friction kapag po may motion? Ang tinutukoy po dito na the object is at rest is kahit meron tayong force na in-insert or na in-apply doon sa object natin, hindi pa din maiibo or magre-remain at rest pa din po yung ating object. That's the time that we have static friction. So, para mas maintindihan natin, kindly look at this example po. Pushing a heavy box that does not move until enough force is applied. So we have here a heavy box. We have here a man. Di ba yung man natin inserts or give an applied force here to push the box. So kahit po daw meron ng in-apply na force dito sa ating pong box, hindi gumalaw yung ating box. Therefore, there exists a static friction. Nagets po ang concept ng static friction? Kahit may motion, nag-insert ng force, hindi umibo or hindi nagalaw, walang motion sa object natin. Ang meron tayo, static friction. For static friction, that is denoted by the symbol Fs, and it has a formula Fs is less than or equal to mu Sn, where mu s is the coefficient of static friction, and n naman po is the normal force. Again, for static friction, we have the formula coefficient of static friction multiplied by the normal force. When we talk about kinetic friction naman, we can also call it sliding friction. Kung kanina at rest, dito naman from the word itself, kinetic. So, ibig sabihin, gumagalaw na. The object is already in motion. Balikan po natin itong object, itong example na ito. For example, a man pushes a heavy box, tapos umibo na siya, nag-move yung box. Therefore, sa halip na static friction na nandito, ang meron po tayo ay kinetic friction. Okay? Nagets po ang difference between static and kinetic friction. For kinetic friction naman po, we have the formula. So, mu Kn, where Fk is kinetic friction. Where Fk is kinetic friction, mu k is coefficient of kinetic friction, and n is normal force pa din. Fk natin or kinetic friction at normal force po has a unit Newton. When it comes to coefficient of kinetic and coefficient of static friction po, unitless po tayo. Okay? Okay po? Kinetic friction is usually less than static friction, which is why it is easier to keep an object moving than to start moving it. Ito po yun. Another example. Person or a girl is pushing the table. Since the table moved po, therefore meron tayong kinetic friction. Remember, static friction is dependent on the magnitude of the force applied, while kinetic friction is independent the magnitude of the force which is applied. So here you can see a table for approximate coefficients of friction, mapa static friction po, or coefficient of kinetic friction for different materials. So such as steel on steel, aluminum on steel, copper on steel, brass on steel, ano. So for this table, no need to memorize this table na po, ano. If kailangan siya sa problem, ipoprovide na po natin sa inyo para mabawasan yung need to memorize. Pero if siya po ang unknown, therefore, hindi siya provided. And lastly, for our third type of friction, we have rolling friction. From the word itself, roll. So these are the objects that rolls over a surface. Nag-exist lang yung frictional force na to kapag yung object natin is rolling. So examples are wheels on vehicles, reduces friction compared to dragging objects. Questions, clarifications, violent reaction po sa ating concept na nabanggit about frictional force. How about the others po? 'Di ba nabanggit din ni Miss kahapon na sabi ko, papasok kayo today knowing that nag-review kayo when it comes to identifying forces po um, sa ating object. Kasi po that is the first step po when we solve problems in dynamics. The only difference nitong dynamics na to compare nung statics natin, di ba nung statics, summation ng forces natin is equivalent to zero. Bakit po? Kasi we are talking about objects at rest. Dito naman po, since dynamics follows the second law of motion, therefore, summation ng forces po dito is equals to mk or mass times acceleration. Kasi dito, di ba may relationship na si force, si mass, and si acceleration. Malinaw po. Pero yung steps natin, pagkuha or pag-identify ng forces acting on our object, pagkuha ng summation ng forces sa x, summation ng forces sa y, ay same na same lang po on how we get it during our preliminary discussion. The only difference is that yun nga, naka-equate sa MA. Wait lang ha. Nagagets po ba? For this one, there is a possibility na ma-equate din sa zero ang summation ng forces natin when it comes to dynamics. Paano po yun? Kapag po yung velocity natin ay constant. Kasi di ba, when we talk about constant velocity or uniform velocity, acceleration is equals to zero. Hindi po ba? Based na natutunan natin sa kinematics. And there is constant velocity, acceleration is zero. So kapag constant or uniform po ang velocity natin, sa halip na summation ng forces is equals to ma, summation ng forces po ay nagiging zero. Malinaw po? Both sa x and y ko. Okay, sige. Turn your lecture notes to page number 158 po. Let's try to solve this problem. Sabi dyan, a chair of mass 12 kilogram is sitting on the horizontal floor. The floor is not frictionless. You push on the chair with a force F is equals to 40 Newton that is directed at an angle of 37 degrees below the horizontal, and the chair slides along the floor. For letter A, draw a clearly labeled free body diagram for the chair, and for letter B, use your diagram and Newton's law to calculate the normal force that the floor exerts on the chair. So the first thing that we need to do is to identify the forces that is acting upon our object. Sige nga po, tulungan nyo si Miss. Ano yung forces na meron tayo? And saan natin sila ilalagay? Para ma-check ko kung nare-remember nyo pa ba yung diniscuss natin during our preliminary discussion ng free body diagram and summation ng forces. Diba sabi po dyan, we have a horizontal floor, horizontal floor. And for example, this box is a chair. Ano? What are the forces that is acting upon this chair? Sige. Sabi nyo, we have gravitational force or yung tinatawag nating weight. Diba si weight natin always towards the direction siya na downward po. Therefore, nasa negative y-axis natin siya mamaya. Again, kapag nagsulat tayo ng forces, kailangan with arrow po and with correct label. What else? Sabi ni Justin, we have normal force. And sabi din ni Irish, si normal force po natin towards what direction siya? Forward po. So that's correct. We have normal force here. Fn or N. Ano can normal force can be denoted by Fn or N. What else? What do we have here? Meron po ba tayong applied force? If yes, saan po siya located? Sige nga, basahin niyo. Ano pa yung mga forces na meron tayo? Sabi dyan, the floor is not frictionless, therefore meron tayong friction. Ano? Southwest. That's correct po. Sabi kasi dyan, meron tayong applied force na 37 degrees below the horizontal. Ibig sabihin, meron po tayong applied force na 40 Newton. Nagagets po ba? Nakakasunod? Since meron tayong applied force and nag-move daw yung ating chair, ibig sabihin, anong klaseng frictional force ang meron tayo? Is it static force, kinetic friction, or rolling friction? Static friction, kinetic friction, or rolling friction? And in what direction po natin siya ilalagay? Okay, since may motion tayo, meron tayong kinetic friction. Saan naman natin ilalagay si ating kinetic friction? Okay, sabi ni Lawrence, we have here kinetic. That's correct. So, kung ilalagay natin siya, since nire-require po tayo ng FBB, meron tayong normal force, meron tayong weight, meron tayong applied force, and meron tayong kinetic force. Again, the only difference po dito is that kapag nagsulat tayo ng frictional force, di ka dati FF lang. Hindi na natin siya ina-identify siya ba ay kinetic, static, or rolling. Yun lang po yung pinagkaiba niya sa pag-FBB natin. Ano, walang pinagbago po on how we identify the forces, ganun-ganun po as of the prelims. Okay? Kasunod, meron daw po tayong mass is equals to 12 kilograms. Ang unknown po sa atin is, meron din tayong applied force na 40 Newton. And theta natin for applied force, 37 degrees. Horizontal, below the horizontal. Ang tinatanong po sa atin, ano daw po yung normal force? What is the normal force? Sa tingin niyo po, how do we get yung normal force? How can we get the normal force? So, pwede kayong mag-trial and error dito. Pwede kayong mag-summation ng forces sa X or summation ng forces sa Y. That's right po, summation of forces. So, si Fn, nasaan siya? I-observe nyo si Fn, nasa y-axis siya. So, ang kailangan natin para ma-involve siya sa formula po or sa equation, ang kailangan natin is to get the summation ng forces sa y is equals to Fa. MAy or MA. Okay po, ibig sabihin the acceleration sa vertical po. Okay po ba? Nakakasunod? Since we are talking about the objects po, in the y component po, and yung motion daw po natin is horizontal motion. Therefore, it does not accelerate vertically. Therefore, our AY is 0. Again, since ang motion po ng chair ay horizontal, and we are talking about the vertical forces po, therefore, the acceleration is 0. Ibig sabihin, sa summation ng forces sa y, i-equate lang po natin siya is 0. Kakasunod? Now, sino ngayon ang may kaya or may tanda? How do we get the summation ng forces? Di ba, kukunin natin lahat ng y component at pagsasama-samahin natin sila into one equation. So, sino po ang makakapag-study? Starting from the positive x-axis po, going to the fourth quadrant po, ano yung mga forces kapag pinagsama-sama natin sila in one equation? Di ba dito mag-a-apply yung dalawang consideration na tinetake natin? The first one is, ano yung location ng ating pong forces? And saan po nakadikit yung atom? Okay, so for this one, ay si correct answer, this is Fn. Bakit po positive si Fn? Kasi it lies on the positive y-axis. Minus, si Fk, since nasa negative x-axis siya, wala po siyang y component. Therefore, i-disregard natin siya. Since we are talking about the y components. Minus, si W po ay minus W. Bakit? Because it lies directly on our negative y-axis. Therefore, minus 1 siya. Then si FA po, nasa fourth quadrant. Diba kapag nasa fourth quadrant, positive si X, negative si Y, Therefore, meron tayong negative FE. Since siya po ay akyat, and yung angle natin is nakadikit sa atin pong x-axis, therefore, sin theta tayo. Is equals to 0. Nakakasunod po? Ano, again, walang pinagkaiba. How we get ng ating summation ng forces of X and Y compared to how we get noon pong frequencies. The only difference here is that we equate first sa mass times acceleration. Now, substituting the values that we have, so wala tayong weight na given, pero meron tayong mass. Ano? So, makukuha po natin si weight minus 12 kilograms times 9.81 meter per second squared. Multiply natin si mass by gravitational force. Minus ang applied force po natin ay 40 sine 37 degrees. Again, equate natin sa zero. Fn is equals to 141.7926 pesos. Okay, questions, clarifications, violent reaction. Ang bottom line dito, dapat sa FTD pa lang po, tumama na kayo. Kasi if meron kayong kulang na forces sa atin pong FPD, or meron tayong lumabis na force sa atin FPD, sure na ang summation ng forces sa X, summation ng forces sa Y, magkakamali. Okay po ba tayo dyan? Tapos, clarification, violent reaction. Okay, since walang nag-raise ng question sa ating message box, so I'll be continuing the discussion. Now, turn your lecture notes to the next page po, example problem number 7. Sabi dyan, a skier of mass 65 kilograms is pulled up a snow-covered slope at a constant speed by a tow rope that is parallel to the ground. The ground slopes upward at a constant angle, 26 degrees above the horizontal, and you can ignore the friction. For letter A, draw a clearly labeled free body diagram for the skier, and letter B, calculate the tension in the tow rope. So, sige nga. Based po sa problem number 7, what are the forces that is acting upon our skier? Sige, drawing ko yung scenario. Sabi, meron daw tayong snow-covered slope. Meron tayong snow-covered slope. Angle siya 26 degrees. Nandyan daw po yung ating skier. Yung skier natin, hinihila siya. Ano? Ano yung mga forces na meron po tayo dito po sa atin pong problem? When I see answers, atin pong message box. What are the forces that we have here? Okay, sabi ni Jeff, we have weight. Meron po tayong weight kasi merong mass yung skier. Because sabi ko, yung discussion natin ng prelims, kapag angled yung atin pong pinag-uusapan or nakaslope po, yung weight po natin ay angled ko sa y-axis para madaling tandaan. Ano? We have here our weight. Angled siya sa y-axis, 26 degrees. We also have Fn din daw po. Diba sina Fn, sina normal force, sina tension force, sina applied force, o kaya po si frictional force, it directly lies naman po on our x and y axis. Ano? De-determine nyo na lang to what direction. What else do we have? We have the weight, we have the normal force. So for this one, sabi ni Jeff, hindi siya applied force. Bakit po? Kasi tow rope siya. So ang meron sa kanya, Simon is right, tension force po. no? Since nire-require tayo ng FBT, ilagay natin siya sa FBB. Meron pa po ba? Meron pa po ba palang forces na meron kayo? 'Di po ba wala na, bakit? Kasi frictionless naman po yung ating ground. Sabi dito, we can ignore the friction. That's why meron lang tayong tatlong forces. So kung ilalagay natin siya sa FPD natin, we have our normal force, our tension force, and our weight po that is angled 26 degrees from the y-axis. Tinuruan ko kayo niyan noon, ano, paano. Ang hinahanap po sa atin, calculate the tension in the ring. Given daw tayo ng mass is equals to 65 kilograms. So, based sa atin pong given, alin sa summation of forces ang gagamitin natin in order for us to find yung atin pong tension. How do we find our tension, guys? Okay, for this one po tayo ay magsasummation ng forces sa x. Bakit? Kasi sa tension natin lies on the x-axis po. So kung kasi magkasummation ng forces sa y tayo, hindi natin siya may involve sa equation natin. That's why we're going to get the summation ng forces sa x is equals to FA. Then again, basahan niyo ulit ang problem. Sabi dyan, constant yung speed natin. Therefore, acceleration map summation ng forces sa x or summation ng forces sa y is equals to 0. Therefore, meron tayo summation ng forces sa x is equals to 0. Nakakasunod? Now, ano yung mga forces natin? Pag samasamahin natin siya in one equation, what is our summation ng forces po? Based on the FBD that we made. Ano yung meron tayo sa summation ng forces ng x? Again, you start from the positive x-axis, paikot po, para wala tayong ma-miss na forces. About others po, sabi ko mag-review kayo ng ano, FBB at summation ng forces. Okay, so for this one, we have, starting from the positive x-axis, since si tension po natin dito lies on the positive x-axis, therefore, we have positive P. Si Fn naman po, nasa y-axis siya, therefore, wala siyang x-component. Si W naman po, since nasa third quadrant siya, ang x-component na ay negative, ang y-component na ay negative as well. So, we're talking about the x-component in negative W. Since angle po siya, with respect to y, ang hinahanap po natin ay x-component, therefore sin p. This is equals to 0. Ang sunod po, lahat. Wala tayong weight pero may mass tayo. So we can rewrite this as p minus mg sin theta is equals to 0. Substituting the values that we have p minus 65 kilograms multiplied by 9.81 meter per second squared multiplied by sine 26 degrees is equals to 0. T minus 279 0.5274 is equals to 0. Lipat lang po natin sa kabila, magkakaroon po tayo ng value for our tension that is equals to 279.527 kilowatts. So that's how we solve problems po here sa dynamics. Questions, clarifications, violent reaction, guys. Again, kailangan nyo muna ma-identify ng tama, ng complete, ang atin pong mga forces in order for you to come up with a correct answer dito po sa ating dynamics. Again, same application lang po ng kung ano man yung atin noon sa preliminary discussion. Sige po. Bakit po sign ang ginamit? Di ba sabi ko noon, lipat ko muna, sabi ko noon, when we are getting the x and y component, we are taking into consideration two things. The first one is the position of the force. Nasa quadrant 1 pa siya, 2, 3, or 4. Kasi kapag yung ating quadrant, alam natin, makukuha natin, kapag quadrant 1, positive x, positive y. Quadrant 2, negative x, positive y. Isa-isahin ko na lang din to ha, para mag-alala ng lahat. For quadrant 3, we have negative x, negative y. For quadrant 4 po, we have positive x, negative y. The second condition na kailangan natin i-take into consideration is the angle po. With respect siya to what? Kapag ang angle natin with respect to x-axis, yung x component natin ay tatimes na sa cosine theta. Ang y component natin ay sine theta. Yes pa, tama si Justin at saka si Irish. Number 2 po is kapag ang angle naman natin nakadikit sa y. Kapag ganyan po, ang x component ay sine theta. Ang y component naman po ay cosine theta. Tingnan natin. Si weight natin, nakadikit siya sa y. Ang hinahanap natin ay x. Ibig sabihin, ang gagamitin po natin ay sine theta. Nakasunod po, huwag niyo po kakalimutan, kung hindi na po naalala, i-remember ito. Ang dalawang condition natin in order to find the x and y. Na-remember na, Jeff? Kaya po sine theta kasi with respect to y, tapos po x ang hinahanap natin. Malinaw po ba sa lahat? I hope ma-remember nyo ito. Babalik-balikan natin palagi kung ano man yung mga dati nating lessons. Kaya nga sabi ni Miss, lagi kayong mag-take down ng notes. Kasi po, para halimbawa tulad nito na kailangan yung balikan ng specific topic, may mababalikan po. Any more questions for this example problem number 7? How about the others po? Again, if may question, don't hesitate to ask. Okay. Next tayo, example problem number 8. So, I'm going to resume my presentation here. Punta kayo sa next page ng ating lecture note. Sabi po dyan, an ice boat is at rest on a perfectly frictionless horizontal surface. A wind is blowing so that the direction of the runner, after 4 seconds, it has attained a velocity of 6 meters per second. What constant horizontal force, or FW, does the wind exert on the ice boat? We have the mass of the ice boat and the rider, that is 200 grams. Sige nga, pakibasa po ulit one more time ang ating pong problem dyan sa inyong mga lecture notes. Then after you read those problem, kindly help me determine what are the forces that is acting upon our ice boat. For example, this is my ice. What are the forces that is acting on our ice moon? Sabi ni Irish, you have normal force and gravitational force. That's correct. Alam niyo naman na si normal force, lagi siyang upward. And si gravitational force po natin or si wave, pababa siya. What else do we have sa ating problem? Ano pa pong force ang meron tayo dyan sa problem natin? Yes po, we have the applied force ng wind. Dyan sa problem, sinabi lang na applied force ay FW or the force ng wind. Toward what direction po ang ating wind? As you can see dyan sa image natin. Going towards what direction po si ating applied force ng wind? Okay, going to the right po. So this can be FA or FW or going to the east. Okay, yan lang po bang forces na meron tayo? Meron po ba tayong tension force? Can I see thumbs up kung meron and thumbs down kung wala? Tension force? Do we have tension force? Ang tension force po, wala tayong tension force. Bakit? Kasi wala naman po sinabi sa problem na hinila siya ng rope. Ano? Next, meron po ba tayong friction? Wala din po. Tama. Because sabi, this is a frictionless horizontal surface. So, ibig sabihin, those are the forces lang na meron tayo. So, ilagay natin siya. Ano po nalaman ang direction ng sa wind? Doon po sa atin pong illustration po. Merong arrow dyan. Ibig sabihin that indicates the direction of the wind. Kita nyo? Doon sa may puno, meron pong arrow. Ano, going to the right direction daw yung wind. So, lagay po natin siya sa atin pong FBD. Ang FBD natin ay Fn pataas, wind pababa, and going to the right, we have the applied force po ng ating wind. Ang tinatanong sa atin, ano daw po ang FW natin? So, to get yung ating FW, ano yung kukunan natin ng summation ng forces? Do we get the summation of forces sa X or summation ng forces sa Y? Summation ng forces sa X po, that's correct. Summation of forces sa X is equals to MA. Based po dyan sa given sa problem, may binanggit po ba na constant speed or uniform speed? Wala po. Therefore, hindi natin siya i-equate sa zero. Naka-equate siya sa mass times acceleration. Okay? Nakakasunod ang lahat? Now, since naka-equate siya sa MA, ano yung meron tayong forces dun sa FBD natin na meron tayong X component? Alin dun sa tatlong forces ang meron tayong X component? Sabi ni Chastin, FW, that's correct. Si FW lang po ang meron dyang X component. Bakit? Kasi si Fn at si W, they directly lies on the y-axis. Si Fn sa positive y, si W sa negative y. Therefore, wala sila parehas X component. Ano po? So, using this formula, we have Fw is equals to mass times acceleration. Meron tayong given mass po na 200 kilograms. Wala tayong acceleration. Ano po? Wala pa tayong acceleration. However, meron tayong additional given sa problem po, which is ano? Ano yung mga given pa na meron tayo sa problem? We have the velocity final, that is 6 meter per second. We have the time na 4 seconds. That's correct. At syempre, sabi po dyan kung babasahin natin yung problem, an ice boat is at rest. Ibig sabihin, ang initial velocity natin ay 0 at time is equals to 0. With this given po, how do we compute for the value of our acceleration? Meron tayong final velocity, initial velocity, time, at initial time. How do we find the acceleration? Based sa mga tinuro ni Miss ng kinematics na discussion natin. How do we find yung average velocity natin? Okay, we have delta V all over to delta T, or velocity in final minus velocity initial all over to time final minus time initial. Pwedeng T2, T1, V2 at V1. Substitute po natin ang values na meron tayo. Velocity final is 6 minus initial velocity na 0 all over 2. Final time po na 4 minus initial velocity. Meron po tayo, acceleration. Meron po tayong acceleration na 6 over 4 or 1.5 meter per seconds. Now that meron na tayong acceleration, substitute natin siya dito, 1.5 meter per second squared. We have the value na po ng ating FW that is equals to 300 volts. Kasunod po ba? Questions, clarifications, toilet reaction. How's the others? So, naiintindihan ng lahat. Next, so sabi dyan sa example number 9, turn your lecture notes to the next page. Sabi dyan, suppose a constant horizontal friction force with a magnitude of 100 Newton opposes the motion of the ice float in the previous example. In this case, what constant force Fw must the wind exert on the ice float to cause the same constant acceleration, 1.5 meter per second squared? Sabi dyan, meron daw po tayong ice boat. Sabi, same lang yung forces na meron tayo. We have the normal force, we have the weight, we have the force ng wind. However, meron daw po tayong nadagdag. We have a frictional force, which is our kinetic force, na 100 Newton. Saan po natin ilalagay yung frictional force na yun? Towards what direction? So, si atin pong kinetic friction is going to the left direction. Bakit po? Because ang ating motion is going to the right, diba? We have the idea that the frictional force opposes the precession. So, since going to the right ang motion, therefore going to the left ang frictional force. Malinaw po? Again, ang hinahanap sa atin, ano daw po yun ang force po ng ating wind kapag meron tayong kinetic friction na 1. So, sa tingin nyo, alin po ulit ang gagamitin natin? Are we going to use summation of forces sa X or summation of forces sa Y? So, we are going to get the summation of forces sa X po. Again, bakit? Kasi si ating pong wave ay nasa X component or X-axis, right? So, summation ng forces sa X natin is equals to MA. Again, naka-equate lang po tayo sa MA. Bakit? Kasi po, wala naman sinabi sa problem na constant yung active velocity natin. Now, ano naman po yung ating summation ng forces sa atin pong X? Okay, we have FW kasi it lies on our positive x-axis minus FK kasi po it lies in the negative x-axis. Again, wala pong x component sa F and W kasi they directly lies po sa ating y-axis. If ever naman na meron tayong angle force, that's the time na magkakaroon po tayo ng x and y component. Okay? Is equals to MA. Substituting the values that we have, unknown si FW natin, minus 100 daw po si kinetic force natin is equals to mass po natin na 200. Tapos same lang daw po yung acceleration natin na 1.5. So we have here FW is equals to 200 times 1.5 is 300. Tapos 100 po ng negative on the left side will be positive sa right side. Therefore, si FW natin is equivalent to 400. Questions, clarifications, silent reaction po. Questions, clarifications, silent reaction po. Intindihan po ng lahat again pag may question mag-ask. In that case po kasi nakaklarify yung mga confusion. Or if wala po nag-raise ng hand, tuloy-tuloy sinis, Okay tayo. Since walang nag-a-ask po, go to the next page of your lecture note. Makikita niyo po dyan, example problem number 10. Sabi po dyan sa example problem number 10, yung toboggan and friends sa toboggan at a toboggan loaded with vacationing electrical engineering and computer engineering students with a total weight of W slides down a long snow-covered slope. The hill slopes at a constant angle, yung theta, yung alpha natin, and the toboggan is so well boxed that there is virtually no friction. We are tasked to find the acceleration. So, sabi dyan, meron po tayong toboggan. Kumbaga siya ay ice skate. We're tasked to find the acceleration po. Based po dyan sa information provided to us by the problem, what are the forces that is acting upon our toboggan? Ano po yung mga force na meron po tayo? So, we have to wait since angled po yung atin po 'Di ba, angat yung slope natin. Ibig sabihin, ito po, angat din po siya with respect to y ulit. Tama? Kasunod, ito yung weight natin, sabi naman. We have a normal force, Fn po, directly on the positive y-axis. Ano? Dito, wala tayong frictional force, Irish. Bakit? Sabi po, yung tobogan daw is so well waxed that there is virtually no friction. Ibig sabihin, frictionless. Kung meron mang friction, negligible po. Malinaw po? Meron po ba tayong tension force? Wala po, kasi wala namang sinabi po. Meron ba tayong applied force? Wala rin po. Ano? Kasi yung slope itself, wala naman tayong external force na dinakad. Therefore, kung gagawa natin ito ng FBD, ang meron lang po tayo ay Fn saka po double. Again, si data natin ay si W natin ay angle po sa y-axis po natin. Nakakasunod po, ang hinahanap sa atin ay acceleration. May given tayo na ang weight daw po natin is equals to W. Now, how do we find the acceleration? Are we going to use summation ng forces sa y or summation ng forces sa x po? Assess nyo, based sa given and based sa information na meron tayo sa free body diagram, ano yung gagamitin natin? Summation ng forces sa x or summation ng forces sa y? Sige, itry natin yung y. Ano, sabi nyo, itry natin yung y para, kasi sabi ko, di ba, this is trial and error. Summation ng forces sa y daw, lagay natin, is equals to FA. May binanggit po ba na constant yung velocity? Wala po. Therefore, naka-equate tayo sa FA. Summation ng forces sa y natin, we have Fn minus W cosine alpha is equals to FA. Ano? We have here Fn minus W cosine alpha all over 2n is equals to A. Gusto masyado siyang complicated. Bakit? Kasi meron tayong W, yung weight natin W. Pero wala po tayong binigay sa atin sa ating given na information about normal force. Therefore, ang dapat gamitin natin ay summation ng forces sa x is equals to 0. Again, kasi wala naman tayong mahawak na information about kay normal force. Tama po? Walang binanggit na kahit ano or pinobide sa atin na kahit ano na given about kay normal force. So, ang gagawin natin, we are going to get summation ng forces sa x is equals to f. Starting from the positive x-axis, kunin po natin ang may x component. Si Fn po ay wala because siya po ay nasa y-axis. Therefore, ang may x component lang po natin ay si weight. Kapag quadrant 4 po ang ating pinag-uusapan na force, ang x po ay positive. So we have W sine alpha is equals to M. Ang kasunod po, so divide both sides by M to get our ano. Meron tayong W sine alpha all over 2M is equals to acceleration. However, masisimplify pa po natin ito. Bakit? Si weight po natin, may formula po tayo na mg and sine alpha all over 2m is equals to acceleration. Canceling m po, alpha natin ay g sine alpha. That's how we solve for the value of our acceleration. Question, clarification. Okay po? Question clarification for our example number 10. Ayan po yung solution. Ngayon, sa example number 11, turn nyo nga po yung lecture notes nila sa 11. Sabi po dyan, you are trying to move, sorry. Sabi po sa 11, let's go back to the toboggan we studied in example number 10. Let's say that the wax was turned off and there is a non-zero horizontal, a non-zero coefficient of kinetic friction. The slope has just the right angle to make the toboggan slide with constant velocity. Derive an expression for the coefficient of kinetic friction. So sabi po dyan, na-turn off na daw po yung wax. Therefore, may nag-e-exist na po tayo na kinetic friction. Ano, kasi nawala na yung wax. Yung wax po kasi yung nagtanggal daw sa friction na meron tayo. So now, i-identify natin ano po ulit yung forces na meron po tayo dito po sa ating toboggan. Sabi dyan, the wax was turned off and there is a non-zero coefficient of kinetic friction. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong kinetic friction. Again, hopefully, ano yung forces na meron tayo? Example number 11. Sabi ni Lawrence, we have the normal force. That's correct. Bakit po? Kasi there is the contact between the toboggan and yung mga students. Ano po? What else? We also have our weight daw po. Sabi ko, since inclined siya, angle tayo, same angle sa y-axis. And lastly, we have the kinetic force. Since pababa yung motion natin, therefore, ang ating pong kinetic force ay pataas po or going to the left direction. Nakakasunod po ba? Okay. Sabi dyan, kung gagawa natin siya ng FPD, we have our normal force, we have our kinetic friction, and we have our weight po. Si weight natin, angle siya from the y-axis alpha. Ano pa yung information na meron tayo sa problem? Ano po yung information na meron tayo sa problem, guys? Sabi dyan, basahin niyo yung problem. Yung additional information that we can get sa atin pong problem itself. Opo, constant velocity. And kapag constant velocity, ano nga ang nako-conclude po natin? Zero acceleration. Therefore, sa halip na ang summation ng forces natin ay naka-equate sa FA, ang summation ng forces po natin ngayon is naka-equate na sa zero. Okay po, nakakasunod po ang lahat. Ang may nahanap sa atin ay coefficient of kinetic friction. So let's try to find out how we can get atin pong K. Ano? So sige, pwede kayong mag-start with either the summation of forces sa X or summation ng forces sa Y. Any po pwede. Saan nyo gusto mag-start? Summation ng forces sa X or summation ng forces sa Y? Where do you want guys to start? Okay, summation ng forces sa X. Okay. Summation of forces sa X is equals to, again, 0 kasi acceleration po is, sorry, because the velocity is constant. Now, kunin nyo ngayon, ano yung mga forces natin na may X component? Si FK, ano si FK? Take into consideration the location niya. Is it positive or negative? Okay, negative FK. Okay. Who else has X component po? Si Fn wala kasi it directly lies on eh, um, the y-axis. Si W po meron. Si W is positive. Bakit? Kasi nasa quadrant 4. Di ka kapag quadrant 4, positive X, negative Y. Then sin alpha. Bakit? Kasi po, yung angle na pinag-uusapan natin is with respect to the y-axis. Nakakasunod po ba? This is equals to 0. So, i-get natin si FK, transpose natin siya sa kabila para maging positive. We have W sin alpha. However, hindi naman po tinatanong sa atin, kinetic friction. Ang tinatanong po sa atin ay coefficient of kinetic friction. Therefore, we are going to put here the formula for kinetic friction, which is mu k all over to normal force. So we have here W sin alpha. Divide both sides by the normal force. Makukuha po natin ay W sin alpha all over F is equals to mu k. Nakakasunod po? Tapos, kunin natin yung summation ng forces sa y is equals to 0. Bakit po? Kasi may matederive tayo dyan na equation po for thermal force naman. Using summation ng forces sa y is equals to 0, ang forces natin na may y component. Ano yung mga forces natin na may y component? So, we have W. Ano si W? Positive, negative. Then, ano yung WY natin? Or exactly yung atin pong Y. Si W ay negative Y, negative W, cosine alpha. Who else po? Kasi Y component. Positive Fn or positive N. Is equals to 0. Di ibig sabihin, meron nga po tayong makukuha na equation for Fn that is W cosine alpha. Makasunod? Makasunod po? Substituting this, let this be our equation number 1. Substitute natin dito sa equation number 1. We have W sin alpha. Ang normal force daw po natin ay W cosine alpha is equals to mu k. Since meron tayong W on our numerator and our denominator, cancel po natin sila. Meron po tayong sin alpha or all over to cosine alpha. This is equals to mu k. And your knowledge with trigonometry, sin alpha divided cosine alpha is what? Tan. Ibig sabihin, coefficient of kinetic friction natin po ay tan alpha. Malinaw po ba? Questions, verifications, violent reactions. Wala po, naintindihan po ba ng lahat? Okay, let's proceed with our example number 12. Sabi po dyan, You are trying to move a 500 Newton crate across a level floor. To start the crate moving, you have to pull with a 230 Newton horizontal force. Ibig sabihin, nung 230 Newton daw po ang applied force natin, hindi pa daw umibo. Hindi pa nabe-break loose yung ating force. So, ibig sabihin, wala pang movement. After daw po ma-break loose na yung crate, it starts to move. You can keep it moving at a constant velocity with only 200 newtons. What are the coefficients of static and kinetic friction? So for this one, we are tasked to find the coefficient of static friction as well as the coefficient of kinetic friction. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong dalawang scenario. The first one is when crate is not moving yet. Di ka sabi ni Miss, kapag may motion tayo, may applied force tayo, tapos walang motion, ang meron tayo ay static friction. Ano, kapag naman may motion tayo, may applied force po tayo, that's the time naman that kapag nag-move siya, kinetic friction naman ang meron tayo. So again, meron tayong two scenario. When the crate is not moving, at saka po when the crate started to now, identify natin ano ba yung mga forces na meron tayo when it comes to our brain. Ano yung mga forces na meron po tayo? Sabi ni Jeff, we have weight, which is 500 Newton. Siyempre, since there is a contact between the floor and the crate itself, meron po tayong normal force. Then dito, meron tayong applied force. Ang applied force lang po initially, nung hindi pa nag-move ang crate natin, is 230 newtons. And dito naman po ay meron tayong static force or static friction. Bakit? Kasi hindi pa nga siya ano, dito naman sa baba, ano yung mga forces na meron tayo sa baba when the crate started to move? Ano po yung forces na meron tayo sa baba natin dito sa second scenario natin? Okay, we also have the weight here, which is 500 pounds. We have our normal force here. We have the applied force here, pero ang applied force na po natin is 200 newtons na lang now. And lastly, since there is a motion na or it started moving na po, our frictional force is kinetic. Nakakasunod po ba? Nakakasunod ang lahat. We are tasked to find dito sa first scenario the coefficient of static friction. And sa second scenario po is the coefficient of kinetic friction. Based sa given po, based sa problem, ano pa yung additional given na meron ka? What was the additional given that we have? Constant yung velocity. Therefore, acceleration is zero. Importante yan. Bakit? Kasi, alam ko na yung summation ng forces natin, equate sa zero. Nakakasunod po? Now, let's focus ourselves to our first scenario. How do we get yung mu s natin? Anong gusto nyo unahin? Summation ng forces sa x or summation ng forces sa y? Guys, sa mag-x daw muna tayo. Sabi nyo, summation ng forces sa x, again, sa halip na ma, 0 po kasi constant velocity, 0 acceleration. Now, ano yung mga summation ng forces sa X na meron po tayo when it comes to our first scenario? Sabi niyo, mag-summation ng forces sa X tayo. Ano ba summation ng forces sa X po natin? Guys, more likely pala, sorry, for this one, this is tension force A. Ano? Kasi sabi po, pero nonetheless naman, same lang naman. Ano po? Pero mas accurate yung tension sana pala. Ano po? Pero pwede naman siya applied force, pero pwede din siyang tension. Okay po? So, sabi, since FA na yung nagamit natin or applied force, okay na din po yun. Sabi ni Jeff, we have FA minus FS is equals to 0. That's correct po. Bakit? Kasi po si Fn at si W, they lies on the y-axis po. Therefore, wala silang x component. Ano po? Nakakasunod po ba? Now, substituting the values that we have 230 minus Fs is equals to 0. To find po si Fs natin, we have 230 is equals to Fs. Again, hindi naman po hinahanap sa atin ang static friction. Ang hinahanap po sa atin coefficient of static friction. Therefore, gawin natin siya mu Sn all over 230. Divide both sides by the normal force. Meron tayong mu S is equals to 230 all over 2n. Ano po? Wala tayong value ng n po. So, gamitin natin summation ng forces sa y para makuha yung value ng n natin. Ano po yung summation ng forces sa y based po dun sa free body diagram na meron po tayo dito po sa ating condition number 1. Sabi ni Jeff, we have Fn minus W. Again, this is equals to 0. Ano, Fn natin is unknown. This is our normal force or yung N natin. Minus rate po natin na 500 is equals to 0. Ang normal force po natin ay 500. Substituting the value of our normal force dito po sa mu s natin. So, we have here 200 divided 500 is equals to mu s. May value po tayo ng mu s na 0.46. Again, this is unitless. Nakakasunod po ba? Questions, clarifications? Okay, so sa second condition naman po, ang tinatanong naman sa atin ay coefficient of kinetic friction. The only difference between the two scenario is dito, iba na yung applied force natin, 200 Newton na. Since nag-move na siya with this 200 Newton force, at no kinetic friction na po ang meron tayo. So, same process lang, we get the summation ng forces sa x ulit po. Again, this is equals to 0 since constant velocity. Therefore, acceleration is 0. So, for the summation of forces sa x again, sabi ninyo, we have FA minus FK naman po. Kinetic friction is equals to 0. Ano? Substituting the value of our applied force, we have 100 minus Fk is equals to 0. Therefore, lipat natin siya sa kabila. Ang Fk po natin ay 200. Makakasunod? Hindi na naman po natin hinahanap ang kinetic friction. Ang hinahanap po natin ay coefficient of kinetic friction. Therefore, ilagay natin ang formula sa divide both sides by m para makuha ang unknown natin. We have mu k is equals to 200 over n. Since wala po tayong value ng ating normal force, kunin natin siya using summation ng forces sa y is equals to 0. We have here again, sabi ninyo, Fn minus W is equals to 0. Fn is equals to W, where W is equals to 500. Substituting the value of our normal force to our equation for coefficient of kinetic friction, magkakaroon po tayo ng 200 divide 500. Therefore, our mu k is equals to 0.6. Again, this is your malinaw po ba? Questions, clarifications, violent reaction? Yes, yun is 4 decimal places times x. Okay po tayo doon. Any more questions, clarifications? Ano, for example, number 13, 14, and 15, as well as practice problem number 1 and number 2 po, kindly answer yan sa inyong mga bahay or term. Ano, for you to assess to yourself kung naintindihan niyo po ba talaga ang ating pong lesson. Okay? Again, kung medyo nalilito with paglagay po ng mga forces natin, balikan niyo yung lecture natin ng preliminary. Ano, I hope meron kayong notes. Kasi again, kung mali po ang pag-identify natin ng forces that is acting upon our object, therefore, mali na po yung summation ng forces sa x, mali na din po yung summation ng forces sa y. Malinaw po ba? Next natin, we still have one more lesson for this module po, which is all about circular motion. So, pahapyawan muna ni Miss. Ano sa circular motion? Ayan, ibig sabihin, these are motions that is in a direction na po ng circle. Ano, moving in a circular path. So, for this one, sobrang dami dito. May angular velocity, may angular acceleration, angular displacement, frequency. Sobrang dami nating formula. We even have here yung atin pong discal. Ano, we also have here more and more formulas pa po. Up here, yan, formula. Parang around 15 plus formulas pa ito. Sobrang dami talaga, ano. So, me and Ma'am Rona decided na etong sa circular motion ay ikat na po muna. Ano, sasama na lang natin siya sa quiz at sa finals exam video. Bakit po? Kasi sobrang dami niyo ng kailangang aralin. Ano, ititigil ko muna yung discussion dito kasi baka pag diniscuss ko 'to, malito pa kayo when it comes to the exam. Ano, so sorry. So, right after the midterms po, doon natin siya i-discuss. Okay ba kayo doon? Ano, so for your midterm exam, ang coverage lang po natin ay kinematics up until frictional forces. Yung diniscuss natin ngayon. Ano, so your midterm exam will happen next week, week 9 po of our semester school calendar po. So, may nabigay na ba sa inyo ang schedule po ng exam? Wala po. So, pakiantay na lang po yung announcement po ng department kailan, saan, at anong exact time po ng exam ninyo. Pero based po sa narinig ko, parang day 1 po ang physics. Ano? So, paghandaan nyo na lang po. Tapos for your exam, midterm exam is 15% of your grade. 15%, ano, medyo heavy na ano. Kasi naka-15 na kayo ng prelims, tapos 15 ulit ngayon. For the exam po, that is 100 points exam ulit. Ang passing is 60 out of 100. So, kung kayo ay maka-single digit nung prelims or line of 1, this is the time na kailangan po natin habulin yung score ninyo. Ano, paano po mag-aral kayo? Ang exact date po ng submission ng PSET ay on the day of the exam, just on the day of your midterm exam. Later on, sabihin ko yung mga requirements na kailangan nyo ipasa on the day of the exam. So, for your midterms muna po, so, it is divided into two parts po. We have the concept part at saka po we have the problem solving part. For the concept part, that is multiple choice, 10 items po siya and 20 points po. Ibig sabihin, for each of the item, 2 points each po, just like yung prelims. Tapos for the second part of the exam naman po, that is the computation part or problem solving part. 80 points yon. That exam is composed of 4 problem solving. Apat na problems po. Okay, again, part 1, multiple choice, 1 to 10, 2 points each. Part 2, 80 points, 4 problems. On the day of your exam, ang kailangan nyo lang po ay ballpen, scientific calculator, and 11 pesos. Again, ballpen, scientific calculator, and 11 pesos. For alam niyo naman na yung routine pag-exam, takip ng calculator sa bag po, ID sa bag, lahat ng reviewer sa bag. Huwag niyo nang bigyan ng reason ang inyong proctor para kunin ang inyong papel. Kasi pag nakuhanan kayo, tapos bagsak kayo ng prelims, mahirapan na kayong humarap. Ano, okay po tayo doon. Question clarification po sa ating upcoming midterm exam. Wala. Ano pong mga kailangan niyo ipasa? On the day of the midterm exam, you need to pass your problem set and sorry, and your lab report. For the lab report, one copy or one hard copy lang po per group. Printed on a long bond paper. Leaders, huwag niyo na po ilagay sa inyo pong folder kasi po sayang naman yung folder. Magagastusan pa kayo. As is nyo na lang, stapler nyo na lang po. Tapos po yung problem set, ipapasa nyo din on the day of the midterm exam. So, ang sini po natin inaral, ang circular motion, therefore, 1 to 9 lang po muna ang ipapasa nyo sa akin. Problems 1 to 9. Si number 10 sa kanya po ipapasa kapag na-discuss na po natin ang circular motion. So, yun lang naman ang kailangan nyo i-test. Questions, verifications, violent reaction, guys? Meron po bang any question? If may mag-pop up na question po, message si Justin so that ma-address namin ni na Justin yung mga questions and clarifications nyo sa group chat namin. So, I'm rooting guys for all of you to pass the exam. Mag-aral kayo. So, gawin yung motivation, kung ano man yung mga nag-score ninyo ng prelims for you to strive harder ngayon pong midterms. Wala namang pasok bukas, so take that time to study well. Again, may the odds be ever in your favor, guys. Galingan ninyo. So, i-dismiss ko kayo ng maaga kasi medyo may split pa din si Miss nahihirapan na ako magsalita. I'm so sorry for that. I'll make bawi ng discussion and konting mga chika on our next meeting after the midterm exam. Thank you, guys, and have a nice day. Thank you, Irish. Bye, everyone. Thank you, guys.